can't believe it. I'm actually in Hollywood. I've made it. And, wow. There's that famous Hollywood sign I've seen so many times, except it seems like something's missing. Oh, have I got a great idea. I'm in Hollywood now. Hi, everybody, and thanks once again for spending some of your Saturday afternoon here with us in Nate's Hollywood. Hey, wait a minute. There's something missing here. Wait a minute. Hey, Fred. Fred, I thought we were supposed to have something with the trailer every time when we start the Nate's Hollywood show that we're on location somewhere. Where did the trailer go?
The making of Nate's Hollywood.
No, I thought this was Nate's Hollywood. Isn't that what's on right now?
No, I think we're on a little bit earlier, aren't we?
Oh, Nate's Hollywood is on for another half hour?
Another half hour, so this has to be that half-hour filler.
We're doing a making of Nate's Hollywood?
Yes.
You're kidding me, Fred. No one told me anything about this.
I think it's in TV Guide, isn't it?
Are you sure? Wait a minute, just a second, folks. Fred says we're supposed to be doing a special on the behind the scenes?
Yes.
Fred, I don't know if I believe you. You think it's in TV Guide?
It has to be in TV Guide.
All right. I hope you're right, Fred, but I don't know what we're going to do if we're supposed to do a half-hour special on the making of Nate's Hollywood. Let me check with Marie. Jim, did you know that we're supposed to be doing a special on the making of Nate's Hollywood?
Why?
I don't know.
What's the point?
I'm checking in TV Guide to see if it's in here. Marie?
I think she's on the phone.
Thank you very much, Fred. Oh, I hate it when the telephone interrupts Marie. Oh, there it is. Oh, thank you, Marie. Now, let's see. This is for April 27th, so it starts... See, that's PM. Oh my God, we could be in serious trouble here, Fred. Noon 13, making of Nate's Hollywood. Oh shoot, we've got to do a whole half-hour special, Fred?
Yes.
I don't know where to start, Fred.
How about that magical opening thing?
Oh, that thing at the beginning where I'm putting up the sign?
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah, folks, okay, to start our special on the making of Nate's Hollywood, we'll show you how I make that little sign thing where my name comes up over the word Hollywood. Thanks, Fred. Wait a second here. Before we get into this long, drawn-out thing about where this sign came from, where did Nate's Hollywood even come from? Wow! Yeah. Look at this! I remember. We're back in the jungle! Geez, it seems like just yesterday. I was sailing the secret hideaway jungle hut on the oceans of Bali High, and in order to get back to the U.S., I had to sell the hideaway jungle hut to the natives of Bali High. That's, in fact, how we got where we are today in my secret hideaway. No, this is the trailer. Yeah, it's a very confusing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now making the regular opening segment for each week's installment of Nate's Hollywood was a three-step process. First, I went to Hollywood with my video camera and took video of the Hollywood sign, just like you see every week. Then, Fred took video of me in the backyard of the TV station, sawing up pieces of plasterboard and playing with a hammer, and pushing it up and grunting, and then the letters that you see here, well, those, I hate to tell you folks, were little cutout letters that Larry Fisher, our art director, manipulated, and we edited together to make the open that you see each week. Gosh, I hope I'm not destroying any myths for you folks. I'm in Hollywood now. Wow, that was interesting. Wait a minute, Fred, my lips aren't moving. How does that work? Oh, that was that photograph. Well, I hope you enjoyed that part of our special of the making of Nate's Hollywood, but you know what? If we're going to really make a half hour out of this, folks, I'm going to have to take a break and dig through some of our home video files to try to fill out the half hour. So, Fred, how about if we take a break? You think that would work? All right. Okay, folks, we'll be back with more of the making of Nate's Hollywood after these messages. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the making of Nate's Hollywood. We're up here at Channel 13 on the second floor outside the art department because I want to ask Larry Fisher some questions about whether or not he knew we were supposed to even be doing this special. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Nate.
Larry, did you know anything about us supposedly doing a special on the making of Nate's Hollywood?
Well, we were supposed to do it yesterday. Haven't you got that together yet?
No one told me anything about it, Fred. Was I supposed to know about this?
I think there was a memo.
Was there a memo, Larry?
Well, no, it's just word of mouth thing.
Well, I wish someone would have told me. We got a half hour to fill here before
What is this?
That's what I'd like to know. You know, so we're trying to think of things that we can talk about for the making of Nate's Hollywood. Larry, I was thinking about the times we went on location and you took your video camera.
Yes, and we got some great behind-the-scenes shots, and I thought you'd put those together instead of coming up here and interviewing me like this.
Well, I wish someone would have told me about this whole special idea. Where did you take the home video camera along, Larry?
Ambush interview.
Where were we on location, Larry?
Bonnie Springs we went to, then we went to that pirate ship on Flamingo.
Oh, we had a lot of fun with that one.
Yes, we did. Very much fun.
In fact, you were the driver.
If you could put it together, maybe the viewers could watch it.
Maybe we should.
Larry wants to be on camera.
I think Larry's doing a fine job. But did I miss a meeting on the whole idea about the special, Larry?
Well, we just had the important people who had something to do with the show. And, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that.
Thanks, Larry. I guess we'll show him some of the on-location stuff here then.
Yes, please do.
Thanks for your help, Larry.
That was my pleasure.
Okay.
Come in anytime.
Imagine staying at the Bonnie Springs Hotel. Of course, one thing that Larry failed to mention was that all of our shows are supposedly on location. You know, with my Hollywood trailer ending up on a raft or going over a mountain. We'll get into all that a little bit later in the making of Nate's Hollywood, but yes, we actually do go literally on the road sometimes, like Bonnie Springs. I remember, yeah, Buford was a big help, and so was Alan, and all those Western-type show people. Yeah. Yeah, old Buford's quite a cuss himself, a veteran of show business, as it were. And while we were going about our nonchalant way, well, okay, unplanned, Buford offered to let us fire off a gun and shoot one of them Western-type characters they got out there at Bonnie Springs. It took me a little while, but I did get up the nerve, and I actually did go ahead to decide to do it.
So what we'll do is just draw your gun and pull it out. No, don't try to fan it. Okay, won't work. Just go ahead. There you go. All right. Don't squeeze this finger before you're ready.
That's right.
It'll go off. It'll
All
scare
right.
the hell out of you.
It will try to scare the hell out of me anyway. And it worked in the show, too. Come to think about it, then he joins the Rojos gang. Well, we'll be getting back to our movie in just a second. In the meantime, there's some kind of an argument going on here at Bonnie Springs, Old Nevada. Hang on, Marshall, what the heck's going on over here?
Oh, Jose's up there trying to see my woman, Bonnie.
Hey, wait a minute, he's about to shoot. Just a sec.
Whew! Well, hey, you're a pretty fancy shooter there.
Yeah?
Hey, you on job, be my deputy?
Why would I want to be your deputy?
Well, 'cause you just killed my old one.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry about that, Marshall.
Oh, don't worry, he couldn't shoot straight.
There you go. Thanks a lot. I guess we got to be getting back to our other movie. We enjoyed our visit to Bonnie Springs so much that we actually made a return trip later on to show another Clint Eastwood type of film. And in that one, we almost got behind the scenes on the air. Remember that segment that we did about shadows and what works and what doesn't work? Oh. The deputy and started riding into town. You'll see that right down here in the lower part of your picture, the shadow of the camera got into the picture. Of course, we would never do anything like that, would we? Yeah. Can you see that? Well, do that again, Gary. Where are you? Oh, is he over my face? How about that? We would never do that here at Nate's Hollywood. So there you go. Just a stretch of the imagination. I don't know if you noticed that, but we noticed that here in Nate's Hollywood. And those are buckles, pal. Larry also mentioned our visit out to the pirate ship on Flamingo Road, just east of Koval. Well, that's supposedly going to be the future site of the Caribbean Hotel and Casino, but it sure made a great location for our shooting for Mutiny on the Bounty.
Sounds like there's a street nearby.
I think they're going to make me walk the plank. What did I do? Oh, a bad TV show. Oh, well, okay. Well, I guess that'd be something worth walking the plank for. Yikes. Do I get a last cigarette? Do I get blindfolded? Oh, well. Yikes. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something. Excuse me, just a minute. I'm not gonna leave without my mail. We got this nice poster from John Krause. I'd hate to walk the plank without it. And we got this expensive prop. Yeah, no, it's at least $1.98. And as long as I'm walking the plank, I'm gonna be ready for it. All right, are we all set now, guys? Oh, yeah. Oh, yikes, what's gonna happen? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess this is solid land after all. Oh, my goodness. Well, yeah, Larry, you're supposed to pull around now. Yeah. Oh, is it my turn to get in? Oh, goody. Well, I guess that's TV. Is this open, Larry? All right. Oh, look, we got TV equipment in here. So,
I tracked down your trailer.
Larry, you found the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Somebody left it at Lake Mead.
They left it at Lake Mead. Oh, they thought we were going to film out there. Well, you can't see the price tag on this hat, can you? Oh. See you next week in Nate's Hollywood. Bye-bye.
I think you can go to the ocean. I just found out Lake Mead.
Good job, Larry. Well, that was a lot of fun that we had out on location. Thanks for the idea there, Larry. But Larry, you... Sure, the Ho-Ho Man's been here and you didn't even tell us.
Hey, he's got the box.
We got cupcakes. What's that, Larry?
This is my box and the rest go to the crew. The one that's open
Yeah.
is my box and the rest go to the crew.
All right, Larry, we're going to continue with this special thing while Larry and I work out the thing about the ho-hos and the ding-dongs. We'll be back with more of the making of Nate's Hollywood after these messages. Larry, you got to tell me about these things.
Well, you're not supposed to come in till 3 o'clock.
Hey, Paul, go ahead and roll tape 4. VTR 4, go ahead and roll it. All right. Welcome back to the making of Nate's Hollywood. We're here in the control room. Wait a minute, these are my weather maps, so I guess I should talk about the cold front that's moving on through? No, that's the wrong show. There, look at that! The making of Nate's Hollywood. How did they do that? Well, here's a fellow who might know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vince. You've heard us make reference to Vince off and on during the making of Nate's Hollywood. Yes, Vince, it seems that every time we did sort of a submarine-type movie, you were the director.
They were great, too, weren't they?
Well, I thought the idea of diving was very good.
Yeah, we took that to an art form, didn't we?
We better batten down the hatches, though, as we get ready to submerge and seal her up. Hang on. I think we're ready. Dive! Well, I guess as long as we're here, we could get into some of the thing about chroma key and how we do some of those things.
Well, you need to be out in the studio to do that.
Well, we actually have some home video about that.
Ooh, cool.
Would you like to take a look at that?
Sure.
Oh, that's all right. We will have the stretch of the imagination scene of the week. Why, there's Fred on the left and Gary, my 2 studio camera guys. You hear me talk to them often throughout the actual airing of Nate's Hollywood because we're kind of casual, first name basis. You know how that goes. And there's Larry, the art director again, setting up for that mailbox check. Let's review that technical TV word, chroma key.
Door, right, which is chroma key yellow. There we go.
So that'll be me, actually.
Like ozone burning. And get some window on the.
Nate, you need to stop, step, trying to find it now.
Oh, there.
Oh, boy.
Where's the mailbox?
See, while it looks like I'm looking out the door of my trailer,
Right, there we go.
in reality, Larry is getting ready to hand me some pieces of paper.
5, 4, 3, 2, action.
Because I really don't want to disturb anybody. Is everything okay out there in the courtroom? Okay, excuse us, folks. Shh, we're just going to check the mailbox real quick. Goody, we do have some mail. Oh, man, I can't wait. Shh, don't tell anybody, Fred. I'm not really in a courtroom. Now, let's see what that actually looks like on the air and see how you guys get fooled each and every week in Nate's Hollywood. How about them apples? We're going to give you the address here in a couple of minutes later on. But speaking of writing in, guys, is it that time again? Time to check the mailbox. but we do have to remember to be quiet because we are in a courtroom, so shh. Because I really don't want to disturb anybody. Is everything okay out there in the courtroom? Okay, excuse us, folks. Shh, we're just going to check the mailbox real quick. Oh, goody, we do have some mail. Oh, man, I can't wait. Yeah, looky, we got lots and lots of letters today.
What segment you in? I lost my rundown.
This is going to... Oh, Larry, do you need another rundown?
No.
There. This will be break 2, chroma key, mail call number 1.
That's the rundown.
The Excalibur, perfect setting, your written blurbs at... Now, even though we were just talking to Vince Conti at the beginning of this segment of The Making of Nate's Hollywood, our actual director the day we were taping for the movie My Favorite Wife starring Cary Grant, well, our director was Steve Francis. Hi, Steve.
Let's get back to it now. My Favorite Wife.
And running tape, or putting all of this nonsense on tape that day, was our good friend Buck Owen. Hello, Buck.
You ready, sir?
Yes, sir. You're calling me sir now. And we wouldn't want to leave out our friend Doug Klingensmith. Doug is in charge of that noise that you hear when I say, stretch of the imagination, scene of the week. Thank you, Doug. What are you doing with those things? That's the different effects that thing does?
Oh, yeah, tongue pushes, stereo reverb, delay, multi-delay, the ping pong one. Stereo delay.
Well, I think I'd better fork out.
Yeah, that's wild. Oh, wait a minute. We might be getting a little bit too technical now. I think we understand what that box is there, Doug, but how about... Well, why don't we just go back to the actual air footage once again and show folks what that sound effect looks like and sounds like on TV, huh? It's My Favorite Wife, our feature in Nate's Hollywood, and there was something that was so dramatic and so exciting that happened in that segment that now it is time for the stretch of the imagination scene of the week. Yes, each week we pick out something in the movie that basically piques my interest that I hope you guys wouldn't mind hearing about again. It was something that I think people who I hear a lot from will like. Abba, can you go ahead and start the movie for us? We're getting ready for the stretch of the imagination scene of the week, which has become a pretty popular feature here on Nate's Hollywood. And when I watch the movies before we do the taping, I take all kinds of notes, and I write down things that I think would be appropriate to be in the stretch of the imagination scene of the week. And at one point here, they were making reference to something that I thought our viewers would get a kick out of. This movie was made in 1940. And these ladies were pretty sure they saw a guy who looked like Tarzan.
Is that Johnny Weissmuller?
No, I wish it were.
Oh, brings you back to Nate's Jungle Hut, huh?
Right. See, the thing is,
Reminisce.
this movie was made in 1940, and the first Tarzan movies with Johnny Weissmuller had been made in 1932. So just 8 years after Johnny Weissmuller's first Tarzan movie, he'd become a popular part of the culture, so that a movie in 1940 would make reference to a Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan-type character. All right. Yeah, thanks very much. And as we go back to what you saw on the air that day, you'll see how that hard work and preparation of looking at the movie ahead of time pays off.
Young man, is that Johnny Weissmuller?
Yes.
No, I wish it were.
Did you hear that? She said, is that Johnny Weissmuller? And then, of course, he does a... Who is this? Randolph Scott, yeah.
Well, no,
Doing his sort of Tarzan thing. And then, very neat special effects. Cary Grant seeing the image of Randolph Scott. Now that, I don't even know how they did. Pretty good special effects for back in the 1940s. So, there we go. That's our Stretch of the Imagination scene of the week. Thanks, Abba. One of the things that I thought was so neat about that, this movie made in 1940, only 8 years after Johnny Weissmuller's first Tarzan movie. He made Tarzan the Ape Man in 1932, and so here just 8 years later, Johnny Weissmuller and his portrayal of Tarzan had become ingrained in the popular culture. And Randolph Scott, not doing a bad little Johnny Weissmuller type of imitation there. He looked like a husky, thoroughly robust type of fella. A lot of people probably think that's just something we thought of 5 minutes ago. But Larry,
A lot of work goes into this.
Larry, can I go ahead and give one of my favorite quotes of all time?
Yes, go ahead.
One of my TV heroes is Ernie Kovacs, and I read a biography of Ernie Kovacs where it had one of his best quotes as far as I was concerned. He said, "The best ideas I ever had were the result of the fact that it was 2:30 and we had a production meeting at 3.
I think I hit it right on the head for
That's Nate's Hollywood, in a nutshell.
Well, you got a new video
I got to give somebody
And you don't know how true that is. That sounds like an appropriate time to take a break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up the making of Nate's Hollywood. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the making of Nate's Hollywood. Now we're back in Master Control, where Nancy Petty was complaining to me earlier about not being in the making of Nate's Hollywood. Nancy?
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that.
Now, you are the one that actually makes the tapes happen on television. Is that right?
Yes, it is. We put everything on the air that you guys watch at home.
With all these buttons and knobs and dials?
With all these buttons, knobs, and dials, and a whole bunch of tapes and all that good stuff.
Wow. Nancy, is there anything else you'd like to add while being on the making of Nate's Hollywood?
Keep up the good work, Nate.
Well, Nancy, you keep up the good work, too. Wow. So this is what one of the tapes of our show actually looks like. And we're here with Paul back in Master Control. Paul, is this one of our tapes?
Yes, it is.
How exactly?
Hi, Brad.
Now, Paul, last time we were here videotaping, you weren't here. The time before that, you weren't here.
I was on vacation, and I was sick, and I always would come back and go, wait a minute, I'm left out again.
So here we are, making room. Paul, thank you for all your hard work on Nate's Hollywood.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you. My pleasure.
This looks like something you buy at a grocery store.
Yeah, this is a beta cart, or a beta cassette, we should say.
Why does it have bars? Is this like saltine crackers or what?
Actually, this goes in our machine over here in Master Control that plays all the commercials. So we can air it. So the machine will read this, so it'll play on the air so people can see you at home.
That's how it works?
Yes, that's how it works.
That is cool. Well, thanks for your help, Paul.
Very welcome.
Can we look at this one? Yeah, have you ever been on TV before, Paul?
No, I'm...
Now, is this thing on here? What's on this tape?
This is our generic Nate Open. Let's give it a listen here.
I can't believe it. I'm actually in Hollywood.
Hey, I've heard this.
Made it.
Yeah.
Wow. There's that famous Hollywood sign.
Yeah, we learned about this at the beginning of my show. At the beginning of this half-hour special, we talked about how I did all this.
Great idea.
Paul, this is a great way to wrap up our show.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we probably have to get on with our show now.
Okay,
Oh, that's funny stuff.
the magic of TV.
I don't know how they do it.